Guten Morgen. Ich hoffe, es geht dir gut und du hast einen tollen Sonntag. Good morning. I hope all is going well with you and you are having a great Sunday. Now here is something that many of you may not have realized. There was something or someone evidently missing at both town halls. I'm sure many of you would agree that the Minister of Health, Mr. Phillip Telesford, has a vested interest in a project like Polaris, especially considering the magnitude of the project. Then the question must be asked, why Mr. Phillip Telesford was not present at even one, but instead not even present at two of the town halls. I mean, after all, this is the Minister of Health. You have touted Project Polaris as such a significant and transformative project. But yet still, you do not have the Minister of Health present at two major town halls. Something is amiss. And you Grenadian people sit back, don't even observe this, or you radical leftist media in Grenada who pretend that you're all such big journalists, don't even ask a question about that. Don't you find it strange? Is it possible that you do not want Mr. Phillip Telesford in your inner circle? Is it possible you do not want him to be privy to information, internal information connected to Polaris that you might be afraid that he might expose? Why are you so paranoid and not having Mr. Phillip Telesford around? I guess if he's in the inner circle, he just might know too much and might see some things that may cost him. You know what they say, be careful what you see, little eyes. So probably it's a good thing that he's not actually in the inner circle. Now I believe that the Minister of Health, Mr. Phillip Telesford, the Ministry of Health, and all medical practitioners or people involved in the medical industry in Grenada has a very deep stake in this Polaris project. So the question is why Mr. Phillip Telesford was not present at either town hall. Mr. Phillip Telesford, I'm speaking directly to you. Mr. Phillip Telesford, I'm speaking directly to you. I want you to understand that the name, the integrity of the HHSS is at stake. So you should be careful in your actions. You should realize that in some respects, you can guide, you can inspire past pupils of the HHSS. But when you're sidelined, and when in some respects it seems like you are being used as a lackey, then guess what? That does not go down well with fellow HHSS men like myself. I feel disrespected. And I feel in some respects that your overlord or your overseer, by sidelining you, especially when you relatively well won the St. George Southeast. So for you to be sidelined is another way of disenfranchising the voters of St. George Southeast. Just like the voters in the St. George Northeast were disenfranchised when Mr. Ron Redhead was unceremoniously kicked out of cabinet. Again, in some respects, we're seeing again a very unceremonious and disrespectful sidelining of Mr. Phillip Telesford, the health minister. Again, Mr. Phillip Telesford, I want to remind you that you cannot allow GBSS and PBC boys to disrespect and to dishonor HHSS boys. See another issue with Mush, Mr. Royston Cumberbatch, allowing himself again, more than likely, to be played, to be intimidated, and to be used as a lackey by GBSS and PBC boys. This is not the HHSS men that I know and grew up with. Remember, HHSS, HH, heads high, SS, Schutzstaffel. In some respects, you are the Schutzstaffel, the protection squad of the Grenadian people. So it's time, Mr. Phillip Telesford and Mr. Royston Cumberbatch, that you grow some cojones and stand up and be treated with dignity and respect as is expected to be treated with. This is a very grave situation, and none of you observed it or paid attention. The first town hall in Wester Hall, Mr. Phillip Telesford was sidelined. He was not present. And especially, some sort of petty excuse was made as he had some sort of other engagement. Other than a broken leg or serious incapacity, Mr. Phillip Telesford, the health minister, should have been there. So we could have said, oh, well, probably he had something to do around that time. But then here you have another town hall in the diaspora, and Mr. Phillip Telesford is being sidelined. Now, I take that very personal, especially if you are going to be visiting Mount Sinai Hospital. You were parading all over the place in Mount Sinai Hospital. I would think that it is very important that Mr. Phillip Telesford, the health minister, should have been present. So it tells me either of two things. Either there is no respect for Mr. Phillip Telesford, or Mr. Phillip Telesford is not up to the task. And then his superiors may feel that probably if they give him a chance, in a public space, that he may fail miserably. That he may say things inappropriately and expose things that should not or they do not want to be exposed. So they can't take a chance with Mr. Phillip Telesford. Now, either way, that is sad. Either way, that is disrespectful. Some people had a little bit of explaining as to why Mr. Phillip Telesford, the Minister of Health, is being treated with such disregard, disrespect, being sidelined, and is pretty much being used in some respect as a lackey. Phillip Telesford, you're breaking my heart.